Welcome back to Kubernetes Crashcasts. I'm Sheila, and I'm here with Victor to dive into another exciting topic in the world of Kubernetes. Before we begin, I'd like to remind our listeners that if you're enjoying our show, please take a moment to rate us on your favorite podcast platform. Your support means the world to us.
Absolutely, Sheila. And hello, everyone. We're continuing our journey through the Setting Up Your Environment chapter, and today we're exploring the Kubernetes Dashboard. This is actually the last section of this chapter, so we're going to make it count.
That's right, Victor. And to kick things off, I've got a quiz question for our listeners. Are you ready?
I'm always ready for a good quiz, Sheila. Let's hear it.
All right, here goes. The Kubernetes Dashboard offers a feature that allows you to deploy containerized applications to a Kubernetes cluster directly from its interface. What is this feature called? A. Deploy Wizard. B. App Launcher. C. Create Form. Or D. Container Deployer.
Ooh, that's an interesting question, Sheila. It really makes you think about the functionalities of the dashboard. I like how it focuses on one of the practical aspects of using the dashboard. Our listeners might need to ponder this one for a bit.
Indeed, Victor. Now, before we dive deeper into the dashboard, could you give us a quick explanation of what exactly the Kubernetes Dashboard is?
Certainly. The Kubernetes Dashboard is a web-based user interface for Kubernetes clusters. Think of it as a graphical control panel for your Kubernetes environment. It allows you to deploy containerized applications, troubleshoot them, and manage cluster resources. It's like having a visual representation of your cluster's state and operations.
That's a great overview, Victor. So it's kind of like the dashboard in a car, right? It gives you a quick view of what's going on in your Kubernetes vehicle.
That's an excellent analogy, Sheila. Just like a car dashboard shows you your speed, fuel level, and engine status, the Kubernetes dashboard gives you a visual overview of your cluster's health, running applications, and resource usage. It's a way to drive your Kubernetes cluster more intuitively.
I see. So how would someone actually access this dashboard? Is it something that comes pre-installed with Kubernetes?
Good question. The dashboard is not enabled by default when you install Kubernetes. You need to deploy it separately. Typically, you can do this using a simple command to apply a configuration file that defines the dashboard deployment. Once deployed, you can access it through a web browser, usually by setting up a proxy or exposing it through a specific network service.
Interesting. So it's an add-on rather than a core component. Now, I'm curious about the features. What kind of things can you actually do with the dashboard?
The dashboard is quite feature-rich, Sheila. You can view and manage pretty much all your Kubernetes resources, pods, deployments, services, and more. You can check the health and status of these resources, view logs, and even execute commands in a shell within your containers. One of its most useful features is the ability to create and modify resources directly through the web interface.
That sounds really powerful, Victor. But it also makes me wonder about security. Isn't it risky to have all these controls accessible through a web interface?
You're absolutely right to be concerned about security, Sheila. The dashboard, if not properly secured, can indeed be a significant security risk. That's why it's crucial to implement proper authentication and authorization mechanisms. By default, the dashboard has limited permissions, and it's recommended to use role-based access control to restrict what users can do through the dashboard.
Got it. So it's a powerful tool, but one that needs to be used responsibly. Are there any best practices you'd recommend for using the dashboard safely?
Absolutely. First and foremost, never expose the dashboard to the public internet without proper security measures. Use strong authentication methods, preferably integrating with your existing auth systems. Implement role-based access control to limit user permissions based on their roles. And importantly, consider using it primarily for development and testing environments, rather than production clusters, where you might want stricter controls.
Those are great tips, Victor. It sounds like the dashboard is a double-edged sword, very useful, but requiring careful handling. Now, I'm wondering, how does the dashboard compare to using command line tools?
That's a great question, Sheila. The dashboard and command line tools are complementary. While command line tools give you full control and are great for scripting and automation, the dashboard provides a more user-friendly, visual approach. It's particularly useful for getting a quick overview of your cluster's state, or for those who prefer graphical interfaces. However, for day-to-day management and especially for production environments, most experienced Kubernetes users tend to rely more on command line tools.
I see. So it's not really an either-or situation, but more about using the right tool for the job. Now, before we wrap up, I think it's time to reveal the answer to our quiz question. Victor, would you like to do the honors?
Of course. The correct answer to our quiz question is C, Create Form. The Kubernetes dashboard includes a Create button that opens a form allowing users to input configurations to deploy applications directly from the dashboard interface.
Thanks, Victor. To summarize what we've learned today, the Kubernetes dashboard is a web-based UI that provides a visual way to manage and monitor your Kubernetes clusters. It offers features like resource management, log viewing, and even direct deployment of applications. However, it needs to be deployed separately and secured properly to avoid potential security risks. While it's a powerful tool, especially for visualization and quick management tasks, it's often used alongside command line tools rather than as a complete replacement.
That's a great summary, Sheila. I hope our listeners found this exploration of the Kubernetes dashboard helpful. Remember, while tools like the dashboard can make management easier, understanding the underlying concepts of Kubernetes is crucial for effective use.
Absolutely, Victor. And to our listeners, we hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, please consider supporting us by visiting crashcasts.com, joining our Discord community, or even supporting us on Patreon. Your engagement helps us create better content for you. Until next time, happy Kubernetesing!